The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast dedicated to fashion, the art of living well, and all things beauty. I'm your host, Dr. Shirley Madhere, the founder of the Holistic Plastic Surgery Philosophy and your purveyor of this definitive source of living a beautiful life. In this podcast, we like to have intelligent and fun discussions around some of the things that we love and that move us with joy, namely fashion, art, wellness, and the many faces of beauty. We keep it refreshing and real, educational and entertaining, scientific, and yet fantastic. This week's episode is dedicated to perseverance and reinvention. The name of this episode is, well, I couldn't really come up with one title, so I created two. The first one is Midas's Muse, the gold standard for women's empowerment. Or The Empire Strikes Back, rebirth and reinvention as good as gold. This week's podcast episode features an interview with Kim Gold. Kim Gold is an American fashion and home designer. She was the co-founder of True Religion Jeans, then also founded Bella Doll, Hippie Jeans, Baba Cool, and most recently, LA-based Style Union Home, a fashionable line of ceramic tableware and decorative accessories refined and curated by Kim. In addition to being a fierce advocate for women and an entrepreneurial force of inspiration, she is one of a set of triplets, a mother of three, a wife, author of a book, The Gold Standard, How to Rock the World and Run an Empire, available on Amazon.com, and a philanthropist, supporting causes of significance to women's health. Kim's path to multiple successes remind me of kintsugi, or the golden journey, or golden repair. This is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending the areas of breakage with lacquer, dusted or mixed with powdered gold, silver, or platinum. How beautiful. As a philosophy, it treats breakage and repair as part of the history of an object, rather than something to hide or disguise, and reinvents the repaired item as an object of art. Kim is here with us today via StreamYard to share her journey and pearls of wisdom. Welcome, Kim. Congratulations on all of your success, and thank you for becoming a beautiful member of this Forever Fab community. So here we go. What early experiences in life, whether at home, at school, or otherwise, prepared you for a career as a successful serial entrepreneur?
That's a really good question, because I do consider myself a serial entrepreneur. I'm going to have to say, I have two fathers, a stepfather, a real father, a mother, and a stepmother who are all professional. They're all attorneys or doctors, and I didn't want to take that route.
Yeah.
The route, and it was, I didn't want to work on somebody's clock. And I think also being an identical triplet
yes,
really set the ground for me to be a real individual.
That's fantastic. And speaking of success, what was your at least initial intention for creating True Religion Jeans? I mean, wow.
It's interesting. I never really started any business that I've had for the thought of it making any money. It's always been the passion of what I love to do, and the financial aspect of it has been really the byproduct. I think passion for any entrepreneur or anything that you do should be the first reason why you do something. And I say this all the time. It's what gets me up in the morning. What is my passion? And why do I want to do that?
I love that you said that. So passion drives purpose.
100%. I think with anything, like I said, anything.
Yeah, agreed. And what are some of the more, would you say, valuable lessons that you learned while running, creating, managing, designing for True Religion?
I think mostly your team and who you surround yourself with. What people always say, what do people not know about you? I'm actually very sensitive. So people's energy can shape me.
Absolutely.
Either way. So I think your surroundings, the people you have on your team, how you take care of yourself whilst making decisions, because if you're not healthy or if you're not working out or taking care of yourself, your decisions are based on they're just based differently.
Completely. So self-love, self-care, and protecting your energy.
100%. Yes.
I think you're probably the only one who really talked about those basic fundamental, business steps in your book. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you. I think I also come from a family, my sister is an acupuncturist and my stepmom does cancer research at Cedars. And, you talk about, more mental Chinese medicine and more of a, an ancient medicine, more to what the medicine is, American or,
right.
the typical. To me, it's more about how you take care of your innards.
Yes.
And it's very important.
It's a truly holistic approach. So I'm glad we can connect on that. Now, in terms of your team, what advice would you give to, a woman starting a business regarding choosing the right business partner? And I put right in quotes.
I believe in choosing mostly women. First of all, because I think there's a camaraderie with women that men don't share as far as being a mother, trying to literally juggle it all as much as possible. So I think when you choose your team, have a team that are women that are on the same mission, have the same compassion and passion of what we go through as women. Because then you will have, I believe, a better team. That's just my very personal experience, is women understanding women and men not necessarily understanding what women go through on a monthly, on the daily.
On the second, on the minute.
Absolutely.
Speaking of juggling, Kim, my gosh, how do you manage a business, being a wife, raising 3 children, being, one of 3 triplets, raising pets, being a Hollywood VIP, and all of the other aspects of your fabulously robust life? How do you do it? Where does your energy come from?
I think my energy comes from passion and only having friends and where I work. The general energy gives me energy to be able to do all those things. The most important thing for me is I don't have any TVs downstairs while we eat dinner. There's no phones. I literally take off my business hat when I step into the home. So if it's either mom hat, wife hat, friend hat, sister hat, I try to compartmentalize those because really at the end of the day, and I've said this a million times, work does not hug you at night.
No.
It won't break your heart. It's not going to give you a high five. Your family are the one that's going to hug you and support you. So I can't die of a heart that when I'm doing business, it's not going to break my heart. A family member, especially my kids or a mate, that to me is the most important. And I've learned that, I just turned 55, and I think I've only learned that in the last 20 years. Or 15 years of really, the business doesn't define me.
That's
right.
It
really doesn't. My kids, my 3 boys, who are everything to me, and my friends and family, and my mate. That defines me.
I would also say that your creativity defines you. You clearly work with friends at your new creative career. So at Style Union Home, you work with artists and artisans. And how has this been a game changer for you and how you choose to work?
Oh, boy. Because especially today, that's a loaded question.
Okay. You can unload and unpack it however you wish.
So when you're dealing, I'm a very creative person, and
Yes.
I had to massage my side of going to business school, and knowing that in order for me to be creative and own my own business, is I had to learn business.
Good for you.
And thank you. And I think that creative people most oftentimes are very creative and don't understand the business, and they're very sensitive. So potters are very sensitive. People who are pattern makers, people who are sewers, people who are designers are very sensitive. And so again, another way of changing hats. When I'm having a business meeting, it's all business with my team who are on the business side. When I'm dealing with my potters, whole different discussion. So I'm having to compartmentalize constantly who I'm speaking with, how to get the best, bees with honey. And I think that's with just life in general.
Yeah. Now, what do you think is missing in the fashion/retail/lifestyle businesses of today?
Well, now home goods. I mean, I think interestingly, people are home more often now. So home sales have gone up 250%. I just happened to start this company, which is the same to me. Fashion, it's just a different medium. I was building homes, producing, now I'm doing, and I always go like this. I'm pointing because all my potters are over there. Oh. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just a different medium. So I think what's happening is I'm finding that people in fashion are pivoting to more knits, like loungewear. They're capturing that, which is really a great way to stabilize your business. And I'm doing home fashion made in LA for the home, because people just happen to be at home now.
Right.
And it's my passion. I mean, I love design, and it extends to homes, fashion, homes,
beauty.
Restaurants. Yeah, beauty. Exactly. Aesthetically, I like beauty.
There you go. Another way for us to connect on the whole beauty aesthetic situation.
Yes.
We're going to have another podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Please. Yes. Because it seems like we have a lot in common.
We do. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Do you have a self-care routine? And if so, what is it?
I absolutely do. And I almost feel like it's crazy to say this, but I have an infrared sauna in my house.
Oh, you're so lucky. Oh my gosh, I love infrared sauna.
I mean, it is probably, I spoke to an oncologist who said that anybody who's going through anything pretty severe, whether it be cancer or anything, really needs to have some sort of infrared in their life. It's for your immunity, it's for your health, it's for inflammation, it's for just peace of mind.
Yeah, after a good cry, get in the infrared sauna. It's for everything.
Let that shit out, right? So, but I have a gym. I do a lot of stretching. I have my own garden that I have fed almost my whole neighborhood with my garden. But I think my really is making sure that when I'm done with work, I'm done with work.
Good for you.
So self-care is working, stretching out. And I'm not saying running, and I'm not saying kill yourself. I'm saying go on the floor and stretch.
Yeah. What is the one beauty product you cannot live without?
Vitamin C.
Amen. What is the one fashion item that's most reliable and is your most versatile piece?
My Balenciaga bag.
Hello. Name one home good or decor item that makes a statement without breaking a budget.
A beautiful vase with flowers.
Ding, ding, ding. What is the value of a really good bowl?
Oh, that you can eat anything in it.
And this question is the second to last question. It's called the Fast Five. I'm going to give you 5 sets of 2 things, and you just rapid fire tell me whichever one resonates with you of the 2.
Okay.
Assets or shares?
Ooh, shares.
Ocean or mountain?
Oh, ocean.
Creation or ownership?
Ownership.
Partner or friend?
Friend.
And the last one, pivot or perseverance?
Both. Sorry.
I love rule breakers. Yes. And the last question is always the last question. It's called the Fab Five. What are your top 5 recommendations for living a beautiful and fabulous life? And I will write these down.
Okay. I want to say drinking a lot of water,
Okay.
your girl crew,
Yes.
your bath ritual,
Yes.
sweating while you walk or just long walks,
Okay.
and beautiful conversations with yourself about how beautiful you are.
Oh my God, what a beautiful way to end. Thank you so very much, Kim. And you have a few minutes to spare, sister.
I'm here. Anything. So listen, we need to do this again.
Let's do it again, but please,
Wish.
good luck with putting out that fire. And I know you'll do it with aplomb. You'll resolve it. You will, solve world problems. You go be the mini Davos that you are.
Love talking to you.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Bye.
This brings us to our close of this week's episode of the Forever Fab podcast with my guest, Kim Gold. To shop fashionable tableware and decorative accessories refined by an eye for style, visit styleunionhome.com. Your purchases of integrity will support company values, convergence, equality, and the power of women, and 5% of all sales from the In the Raw collection will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. Follow on Instagram at Kim Gold and at Style Union Home. Purchase Kim Gold's book, The Gold Standard, How to Rock the World and Run an Empire, on Amazon.com. As always, if you like this episode of the Forever Fab podcast, please share it and subscribe to the feed. Listen to past episodes or check out who's coming up next on foreverfabpodcast.com. If you enjoy listening to the Forever Fab podcast, get more audio and visuals with a membership through Patreon. Choose the Gold, Platinum, or Diamond tier for premium added content, special co-hosts, lifestyle videos, branded merchandise, and private access to my clubhouse by visiting patreon.com/foreverfab. For holistic beauty tips or to set up an appointment with me to discuss your personalized options for leveling up your beauty, go to elementsandgraces.com and sign up for my newsletter. And for an online e-consultation on time, anytime, and on your time, visit clicklift.com for your wellness, plastic surgery, and beauty questions on the go. And if you don't want to go anywhere or leave your house still, look out for Jet Set Beauty RX, offering mobile aesthetic medical services such as injectable fillers and multivitamin facial treatments. Jet Set Beauty RX is coming to your neighborhood soon. If you'd like to be a guest on the Forever Fab podcast, then please let us know at foreverfabpodcast.com. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever Fab podcast episode. Until next time, as always, stay beautiful inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.